Hey guys, how's it going? May 24, 2018, 9:02 p.m. Oh, looks like in the pre-dawn hours here. I just went to Barstow for some reason. Oh, train just went by. That's what was making that noise. Thought I heard something. Okay, I want to take a look at a couple things in the LA area just to see what is happening. Now, oh for God's sakes. Are you kidding me? I don't know about this video card and computer anymore. So, I went in and it's LA section and boom, run 8 crashes. Now I haven't had a reboot in a while, so that could be a problem. Oh boy. Okay. So let me minimize this again or go dark. Jeez. Just clean up the memory. It's not that bad actually. Southwest. Okay. Just going into run 8. Just make sure I'm off. I'm going to try going to it again while I'm dark here. Just give me a second. I looked this way and then I just basically lost it. Alright, let's try it. I love streaming and I love doing run 8, but okay. Now, YLA 51 was supposed to return to the yard, but it couldn't. But it's just sitting there on the branch. I wonder if I accidentally marked it complete. Could have. Didn't mean to. Well, technically it wasn't available, but... Here, I'm going to save a spot and go look around. I don't know if I should fly around or not, the way my computer's acting. But we will try anyways. I was gonna... here, go back here. Now the question is, I'm not sure which way he wanted me, because I gotta get over. It's a long way to go, but actually, you know, I better hold off. I'll give him a call. Just because I'm not sure. Tricky way of getting in, but that's just the way it works. Oh, I'm looking too far ahead here. Okay. Now, the question is... Oh yeah, I want to stay on there. don't know if I need to restore this one. Actually, I don't. That's the set to main anyway, so okay. As long as I did it right this time. Tricky, yeah, woo, hello. I'm at 20 or 15, I can't remember. I think it's 15. Better slow down. It was a cloudy day. There's some clouds. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I came around and I saw a train in the lead, or something was going on there. See, the last time we took the west leg, or how the hell did it go? Trying to remember. I crossed through and then went forward out of the east leg. So I don't know if that's the easiest way to do it. It's just to. So I want to. It's one of those weird things, huh? I can't see with the bridge in the way. That's kind of cool. Busy. Funny dynamics or not, but yeah, I was a little late. I was talking to my buddy on the phone there. Oh, crap. Guess I gotta keep it on setup. It's a long way to go, that's for sure. At 15 miles an hour. so that's looks like 70 switched. It's really cool to see the stuff that you had a part of, and then seeing what's happened with it. That was one of the ones this originally was blocking. Or not blocking, sorry, separating. What is this control point called anyways? Doesn't really say. Not on this board anyways. I think I get mainline speeds and a manual entry, I believe. Originally I thought it was an approach, so... this is the way in. Indeed. Oh, easy neighborhood. Sign's still there. Is that a sign that I had left for this? I can't remember. I wonder if, I thought that was going to be removed. I think I'll leave that for the forums. I'm not going to touch it. Because what had happened at the time, I was blocking 50 or 51 and I didn't want 70 to be touched or something, but I did that on my own and I can't remember exactly what the hell I was doing. It was about a week or so ago. Oh well, I'm gonna leave it. I'll post it on the forum if I remember. I got a funny feeling this never got switched, but I could be wrong on that one. Although there is a new 51 in there. So maybe a train came in. I don't know. I don't think so, though. I thought there's more 51 stuff in here. Kind of odd. I don't know if that was missed in blocking or what the hell happened there. Looks like it would be double missed. But I'll just relinquish it. I'll post on the forums. I'm not sure what's going on there. Why does the strobe stay on? I don't think there's any way of turning that off either. Well, I guess there is. That's the one way of doing it. You have to turn off the breakers in order to get the strobe to turn off. Okay. All right. A7, 649. Well, I've had my fun with switching, despite the fact that, you know, that's something that can be done in between sessions. I started thinking about that a little bit more. I mean, yeah, you can, but it's a pain to switch that thing. It is heavy as you know what. So yeah, they're available. Which ones require a dispatcher? Alright. Man, I hate dealing with needles. I've been doing too much in needles lately. I don't hate dealing with needles, I've just been doing too much in needles lately. What do we got going on here? Oh crap, got an A3. Oh, that makes it interesting. Where the hell's he? That makes it interesting. I was going to ask it, but he could be on the Seligman. I don't know where you get. Yeah, I imagine he's on the Seligman. There's something here. Really? That looks interesting. How come he's down here? In the yard, there must be Fort Worth and Bar. Hey. Wow. Looks dark down here. I don't know if it's dark or cloudy or what the hell's going on. Just looks darker. I don't want to go for needles. I've just been doing it too much. Let me see if I can find A3. I don't think he's on. I highly doubt he's on this section yet. Oh, that's these cuffs. Wait a minute, that's these cuffs. Okay, what am I looking at here? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Who are you? Oh yeah, cute stuff. I don't want to be chasing doubles and all that other crap. What's going on down here? There's red signals. You just kind of stopped. Cab has exited the session. Uh-oh. The AI the train? Ba ba ba. Oh, we're on Saturday, aren't we? Coming up to 5 a.m. I don't know if I want to work San Bernardino. No, that's entering it. That's interesting. Okay. I might bite on that one. Question is, will I bite out of here or will I wait for the crew change? Just double check on that. He just left Long Beach at 4:51. He's not too far away. Where is he? Oh crap, I just missed him. Or is that him there? Bet you that was him there. Dang it. Well, that's Memphis. So where the hell did he go? I see him. He left at 4:51? That was like... Oh, wait a minute. Hang on a second here. That was like 7 minutes ago. And then there's ISCLB, which actually that one has me interested. I'm interested in that one more. I'm heading down to Long Beach. I don't think he's been through. I have not run the Alhambra. Well, I don't know what the hell I'm running, actually, to be quite honest. I'll take him where he sends me. But okay, Okay, Soto Junction's too far. Where the hell? He's way back here. I'll meet a corridor. Is that Redondo Junction or whatever? That's what I wanted, not Soto. Really? When did he depart? Where the hell is he? I got it. Yeah, we'll do that one instead. I think I got it right now. Yeah, I read it backwards. There he is. Supposed to be kind of cool. Okay, guys, I'll be back. Then we'll climb the hill. Okay. Standing by for my train. Don't have a signal yet. Let's make sure he's running and it's not just me. Oops. Oh, he's running. Oh, somebody doesn't take him before he gets to the station. Ooh, what's those cars over there? Nice. Where is he anyways? Ah, there he is. No, that's not him either. Where the hell is he? Oh, he's that far away. Do I want to change my mind? No. Nah, I'm going for what I originally said I was going to get. He's not dark yet. Here, we'll watch the approachlet signal. I didn't get enough for supper for tonight. I had 2 little chicken penny packages. It's like I'm starving myself. Thought it filled me up, but not nearly. Now the goofy thing is, on a busy night, you almost want to take him out of Seiko. Because if you don't, you risk losing him. Man, are you at the approach signal yet? What's up, buddy? Our Amtrak's running. Or forget it. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about now. I knew what I was talking about. I was thinking of the BNS, but not the UP. Come on. Give me a yellow signal. Wait to see if that fire signal goes. Man, had I known he'd take so long to get here, I would have, I forgot he took that long. So I was talking about game development with my son tonight, and I asked him, I said, well, what is your friends into? And he said, Fortnite Battle Royale, which we played, my son and I had played. And I says, well, what else besides Fortnite Battle Royale? He said, no, that's all they're interested in. I'm like, they used to be interested in Minecraft, weren't they? I'm like, yeah, but they got tired of that. I said, oh, I see. I says, well, what else? And he says, well, you know, one friend liked sim building games or city building games and Tycoon. And I said, well, what about Railroad Tycoon games? Holy Tony. And I said, is this train, like, stopped? I'm afraid I'm going to lose him. There, where is he? Well, he's there. I'm just afraid I'm going to lose. Okay, never mind. He's going. I want to see the. I want to see the approach signal come on. I pay to see this signal come on. Then I'll go fly back out. Whoa, too bad. Too far. Come on. Show me you love me. Yep. Okay. So that's him. And he's AI. That's a good sign. Oh, I like him. I like him. And he's a manifest, which means he can crawl. I like him so much I would take him into West Colton for next Tuesday, but unfortunately I just won't be able to be there at the start of the session. But I'll be somewhere in Tehachapi, so maybe I will take him back over wherever I find him again. I'll just pretend I was running, because we only got, oh, what do we got? 48 minutes? Yeah. That light power move took a lot more, so it was kind of boring, but this will be kind of old school. But anyways, let's go to the station here. Yeah, I see the switcher running. It looks pretty dead out on thing. Get my binoculars out here. Well, I see the tracks lighting up, so we should get a good 40-minute run anyways. Nothing but crawling in Notch 8. It's got 4 engines though. 4 engines at the front. That could get interesting. That's the problem with these AI trains too, and they don't do too well. I never thought of that. Oh well, we'll see. I heard the switcher. Somebody's switching. Oh, somebody's coming out. Uh-huh. It looks like he's just... well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, because now I see something at the east end of the yard popped up. Okay. Channel 14, Star 54. We'll see how much horsepower this thing has if I have to cut out a 4th engine, but 3.1. Well, so much for that idea. Looks like Dave's switching. I finally put the brake on. My tail end cleared up. So yeah, I was getting to the story about the talking about the software thing, and yeah, I've certainly been talking about a lot of what's happening. I mean, I made some video about changing the world. Honestly, no matter what comments were made, or I could care less, really, to be honest. But the truth is, looking myself in the mirror, I mean, changing the world's one thing, but everybody wants to change the world. I think at that point I felt like, yeah, I want to change the world. I want to change the reality. I want to make my own path, I guess. But wanting something and being able to do something is totally different, two different things. So, yeah, I don't, you know, I really am at that point right now where, other than having fun with Run 8, coming on here a few times a week or whatever, or multiple times a week it seems lately. Oops, I'm at 55 here. Let's get my butt moving. Other than that, I mean, this seems to be still consuming my passion, which is cool. I like it. When I was in Florida, I was just like, you know, the one day that it didn't feel like work, but it all of a sudden I asked myself exactly what it is I'm trying to achieve. Is it that important that I put a server up? Is it that important that I keep the RTS name alive in a server form? Or, like, sometimes I wonder about the Wikia, and the only reason why the Wikia is still there is because the brand name RTS I still want to incorporate with myself. It also stands for real-time shooter, which is interesting because I get a lot of cross references with that. I never realized that at the time that that's what that meant, but that was 6 years ago. Maybe it came more into the being within the last 6 years, but RTS, like I said, that's been a concept before 6 years ago, so it was already in the planning stages probably 10 years ago at this point now. But like I said, the planning stages was already in. I didn't have what I felt the vehicle, and then really, had I just got to coding even a little at a time, I would have been able to build something, I think, meaningful, especially data driven and database driven. But for whatever reason, I didn't think big. I looked at it and said, no, this is small, I can only do this, I can only do, you start looking at things and you think, well, yeah, I can only do this, and it's going to take me forever, but then you never get started and you never accomplish anything. We're only here. All of us are only here for like a speck of life. I've seen family members born into the world. I've seen family members die. And friends. I mean, I say family first. You're only here for so long. That's the point. I don't think everybody can hear you on 14, but that was a small section. But there was some interesting comments, actually, on the Southwest forum. We got into an interesting discussion because, yeah, I've been critical about Run 8. No doubt about it. But it's only from the standpoint of a fan, I think. I better keep the speed control on just in case. Looks like we got one coming. Yeah, I was surprised to see that westbound there. Oh, he's a Stockton too. Must be all those bear tables that look like boxcars. That's funny. There we go. Wow, that's a strange train. Oh, must be the different loaded containers. I should get that container set one of these days. I keep saying that, but... Switch to... I don't know if is there a switch button? No, there isn't. I want that AB button. That'd be really cool. It is sin. But yeah, it's like, I mean, that whole change the world thing, that was, I don't know, it was me. Yeah, this whole week has been kind of weird. Different stresses at work, different accomplishments, but at the same time, I think I'm at a turning point for a lot of things right now. At least I feel that way. Especially when it comes with finances. I'm not in trouble by any means. I know some people were worried. I got the sense that a couple people were concerned that I'm in trouble financially, and that's far from the case. Deficit spending is not a big deal as long as you're not in debt. The problem is if you keep deficit spending, you will be. Doesn't matter how much you got. So I'm in deficit spending. What investments I do have are not creating the returns I need at the moment. I won't get into what my investments are. I won't go that far for various reasons, but I get some returns and all that other stuff, but the odd thing is the economy's not doing good. Actually, I benefit more. If anything, I benefit more from the economy resetting, and I still believe in my gut that's coming. It's well overdue, and it's going to be worse in 2008. So there's a part of me that's preparing for that, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling a lot of different things that I think are going to happen. I don't know what. I honestly, I'm not Nostradamus or anything, but there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be shocked as hell. I think, not everybody, but there's also going to be people like myself ready to take advantage of it. The question is it going to happen sooner or later? If it keeps getting pushed off, it's going to get worse. But at the same time, the clock's running out on me to be able to take advantage of it when it does happen. So I'm in a situation where I'm fine. I'm just I don't like I got 1 year to pay off my car. It's a small thing, but it makes the difference between a deficit and a break-even budget. And if I can get another revenue stream going, that's where. And I've known this for at least a year or two. I've been working where I work now for 2 years. I've seen I've seen what's happening. I know the bonuses. I know the whole structure of everything that takes place. So I basically know what to expect for the most part. We'll wait and see what happens with the rest, but yeah, there was an interesting forum. But anyways, the forum comments that were taking place on Southwest was interesting because it kind of reminded me at first. I thought deja vu, Mike had made a comment. I'm not too sure what it was referencing, but anyways, I replied to it, and I wanted to make sure that people understand why am I at the Southwest Forum. The reason why am I on the server? The reason why I chose to go here is, for me, I didn't see how Run 8 would benefit a smaller group to have the traffic levels I wanted and the operation I wanted within the confines of the Run 8 system that's in place. There's too many little quirks. And the more I tried to trap it into a certain area or focus on a certain area, which, I mean, that was something that was recommended. Actually, Dale Miller was the one that had mentioned it to me. I believed at the time that was the best thing to do. Is you don't have to run the entire network. You can focus on an area. The problem with that, and I believed, and that's how I followed for the longest time. The problem with that is if you're trying to run it, if you're doing single player, that works fine. But if you're trying to run, not only possibly run it yourself, but actually get others, then now you're diminishing your potential, because yeah, there's going to be some people that are going to follow you, and there has been. In fact, there's been people that have followed me here, which is awesome. I think that's great. And I've said the differences as far as, what Mike, this is the former RTS server. this backbone. I still see stuff that said that made maps made with RTS logos on them by Ski. And if you look carefully, you'll see them. So RTS has its markings all over this. The difference is, to my pleasure, I really when I saw that he was no longer on Run 8 forums anymore, or Run 8 forums, Run 8 servers. When I saw that he had disappeared off Run 8 servers, I thought to myself, and there was nothing going on in the forum at the time that I could see. I thought to myself, things had died here. But what happened was LA came out. They're in a position of trying to figure things out. They're in a position of trying to figure things out, and then I had actually heard from Ski, who's chatting right now. So yeah, anyways, as I was saying there, I just, Ski was taking off, so I want to say goodbye. My goodbyes there. So yeah, I feared the worst. I thought, oh no, it's gotten too big and too much, and you know, I was so pleased to find out that they were indeed, and Ski and I were talking the one night. He says, yeah, I'm on all the time. Things are doing good. And he was testing out my servers that I was trying to get going through LA and various areas, and yeah, he said everything's cool. I said, oh, okay. I said the forum's kind of slow, and I didn't know what was going on. So I was pleased to see that not only it was the Southwest alive and well, but they were evolving even further. And now with LA in here, it just, you know, what is this, coming up to Elmont, I think, yeah. Or Bina. I always forget where the hell I am. So yeah, I was, like I said, in the forum, this one thread that was going on, actually, the question at the time was, I was considering rekindling RTS 2. And I was curious as to how many people really wanted it. And then I realized that, and I forgot who I was talking to, but Clint, who's also an admin here, he I basically gave him permission to go ahead and use, well, not really permission, or just gave him my blessings, because he wanted to take what RTS did and basically expand on it. And I said, yeah, go for it. I says, you know, I used to thank Steve for back at the MSTS for his car forwarding ideas, is what gave me the inspiration for RTS. So I always thanked him for that. And I said, yeah, just give me give me a shout out or a thanks, and I said that's all that's necessary, really. I wasn't looking for any money. I wasn't looking for nothing. And he reminded me recently that he's still working on it, because I hadn't heard any more about it. So I thought, well, maybe it was dead. Now, there's a lot of different ways that I could go. Well, first of all, before I get to that, we got into discussion. I saw Mike was concerned. I mean, Mike's got a good relationship, I guess, with the Run 8 team. And I guess the thread was, you know, getting to, well, what's going to happen when version 3 comes along. And I said, well, you know, my point of view of that was, according to what I've heard, and I didn't put this in the post, the XML files were only made available because of RTS. That's what I've heard. I'm not trying to toot my horn. I'm not trying to make myself bigger than what I am or anything like that. That's what I heard. I don't know how, you know, and I heard that from reliable. I heard that from enough reliable sources within the team, or had access to the team. So I'm just going to hold off this crossing here. So yeah, and I was like, okay, well, why am I going backwards? I didn't think I was going down a hill here. I guess I am. I'm kind of cheating here, but I'm going to. I'll be lucky if I get out of this, out of Bina tonight. Oh, getting a green. So yeah, I mean, Mike's got a good relation and all that. And my concern was, I've burnt enough bridges with the Run 8 guys. I haven't heard anything officially, but I believe I have. I've done it before. I know personally, I don't necessarily take criticism well, and I know that for me personally, I'm not perfect. So I'm not too good on it, especially if I take it personally or feel it's directed or more made personal. It's not constructive criticism. It's basically, you know, calling my baby ugly, basically, in other words. Well, Run 8 that's their baby, you know, and you're critical of something. I believe some tend to take it the wrong way. And the way I look at it is, if you look back at the Run 8 forums and the demise of it, for those of you who remember, there was a lot of people who were critical of Run 8 when it started out. A lot of people who wanted to see this, that. The way I see it is, if they had their own direction, they just go with it. That's my view of it. But then again, that's not my baby. So it's different when you're an owner as opposed to a user. So yeah, you know, I looked at that, and I'm not too sure if I'll make Calente or not. In fact, I'll probably come up to the or Ilmon. I'll probably hold short. I have a clear right now, so. So yeah, I didn't know. I'm kind of rambling because I'm watching my speed and the time and everything like that. So yeah, I didn't know what. You know, as far as whether it's being critical or whatever, but I believe if you're a fan and you've bought into it, it's different from sitting on the sidelines and complaining about something. When you've purchased something, and believe me, I've got my money's worth a massively long time ago with this, I think you have a right to ask or want, whether or not you're going to get it or not. You have that right. And I think with the way the forum post was it sounded as if, you know, we don't want to be negative. Now, I was on another forum like that, and the problem was that forum basically censored everything I was saying. And the only thing we were doing was we were trying to guess what version 2 was going to be, and we were told, well, we shouldn't be speculating on version 2. I said, and this is kind of deja vu, except that speculation was no longer allowed because they were starting to delete posts that I was posting about. It wasn't just an opinion, they started deleting posts, and that's when I basically said, you know something? If I can't speculate on something I like, and you know, we can't throw out ideas as to what to expect, then I'm done. And I never went back, and that was the Depot forums. Depot's been great, done a lot of good things. I still use their maps. Very valuable, you know. But that was the breaking point for me. It was like, and yeah, I still use I was using their forums. Now you can't even access their forums. I guess I was saying it probably has nothing to do with me, but anyways, I was probably looking into it too much. Now I can't even read their forums. I was on their thing today. They had some video about their quarterly stats or something like that. Like, whatever. But No, I like it here. I like the Southwest Forum. I like, you know, I take pride in the fact that I started something. So RTS isn't dead. It lives here. Mike's just taking it on to a different level. I'm not here to promote RTS. Now my YouTube channel, that's a different story. I'll promote that all day. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm going to tell you what's on my mind. And we're almost at the end of the session here, so I'm going to switch over to channel 0. Yeah, I'm going to hold off at stop the next signal. So what happens is they freeze the clock. For you guys, you're wondering what's going on here. They run their session, they freeze the clock, and then basically there's no dispatcher. And that's something we were doing towards the end when this was still the RTS server. But as far as what's going on with Run 8, Run 8, pardon me. What's going on with RTS? I haven't been programming, I haven't been pushing it. I'm not frustrated by it by any means. Well, it looks like I might get to the east end. So yeah, I'll just let us see our train here as he passes. But let me go up over here, and I'll let you, before I end the video tonight, I'll let you basically see what's up with what here. To end the night, I had a nap earlier, so we'll see how much I sleep, because I didn't sleep much the night prior. Let these engines pass here. Yeah, it'll be a tough one to start on the hills with 4 engines, but anyways. So I've spoke pretty much before on the plans for RTS. Yes, I did want to put a Florida server back. That's no longer my priority anymore. Yes, I missed Florida. Yes, I missed doing dispatching. Yes, I miss all kinds of things. That's no longer my priority. I have enough fun here. This keeps me entertained enough. I don't need to be running a server. That's my opinion. Now, do I miss running 100% capacity? Absolutely. This is pretty good. This is pretty close. You're not too far off. What I mean by that is what they do is they run just a little under capacity so that dispatchers can manage the territories a lot better. So what you're seeing is you're seeing a lot of the main services, and some of the extra stuff you're not seeing as much. That's how they manage their resources here, so that they can run as much traffic. And that's the way Mike was looking at doing things when he started the Southwest server. He wanted to get away from the 100% that we were doing, and I totally understand it. Now, for me personally as a dispatcher, I want to run a territory at 100%. I can't dispatch here. Not because of that. I can't dispatch here simply because I don't start until 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it isn't going to get any better anytime soon. So, where am I going with all of this? I want a income stream. There's two ways I'm going to do it. I'm either going to be writing a book, which I've been wanting to do for a while. I won't get into it, but that's something I want to do. I have the gift of gab, it seems. I certainly need help as far as, well, my son's pretty good at proofreading apparently. But yeah, I'm going to, I seem to be a fast enough typer and able to write long paragraphs. And hold on a second. So yeah, so I'm either going to write a book, but I doubt I'm going to do that. That might be the easy way. I don't know how well that will work, like with Kindle publishing or whatever. It depends on if the subject matter is appealing to enough people. It may do good. It may lead to other things. I don't know. I'm not quitting my day job. My day job I like. I'm going to continue to do that. So where does it leave as far as software? I know from personal experience that it's very difficult for me to get excited to code. Although there are some stuff, if I'm willing to take the time to learn, that will help me. So it's a question of when am I willing to take a time. This time of year, my focus is on getting outdoors. I've taken my raft out with my son now 3 or 4 times. We're going out this weekend on the long weekend, the US long weekend, even though I'm from Canada. Taking him out of school on the Monday. So we're going out on the Sunday, the full day Sunday. I don't have to bring him home on a Sunday, so I will be with him until Monday afternoon, which basically means I'll just watch this. We'll watch the train go into distance here. But yeah, so that's cool. So what I want to do with RTS, as I was saying, if I am going to get into coding, it's probably not going to happen until around fall. But if I do get into it again, the way I want to develop it is, number one, I have a dispatcher function I would like to do. I want to incorporate AI dispatching, and I want to incorporate AI switching. Those are the two things that I feel Run 8 could benefit from. However, I'm not worried about Run 8. Run 8 can do whatever it wants. I'm not worried about it. It is what it is. You know, they can do whatever they want. I'm not worried about the external dispatcher. I'm not worried about AI dispatching or any plugins for that. I've been vocal enough about it. I've been trying to rather enough feathers to try and get some type of attention to say, hey, why can't other people have access? Like, where's this TSCAD? No offense to the developer of TSCAD, but you know what I mean? It's resting on one person's shoulders. It's been doing that ever since Mr. Balls had it, and then suddenly now it's resting on, you know, developers of TSCAD. Well, great. All of us are waiting. You know, and it's, no, not into that. So it can do whatever the hell it wants. That's why, as far as dispatching for Run 8, as much as I love doing it, I have no intentions of doing it anytime soon. If I want to dispatch, I'll go back to TD3. If I want to run, if I like the 3D and I like the challenge of operating and stuff like that, that's where I know I'm going to be on this server. And I mean, there's locals for me to run. There's a whole list, blah, blah, blah. I could have ran a local tonight. I could have ran a mainline. There's dispatched. I had some meets. It was cool. It's fun. It always is. So, you know, that's cool, and that's definitely for me. I enjoy that that process. Now, how I want to go about doing this, I'm not worried about a 3D graphical beauty. And actually, that thread that I was talking about pinpointed that. And this is from somebody who is a developer. You know, a mainstream developer, basically. And he's, you know, good at the graphics side. He's not good at the programming side, which I'm kind of the opposite. But I forget his exact username, Jalapo, I think it is, or whatever. He's on the server here a fair amount. I don't think he was on tonight, but he's from overseas. Europe, I think, to be exact, but I'm not positive on that. I think he's Europe. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, and there was a lot of encouragement in those, and my point of view, and I may not do it with trains. I may go with something that is more mainstream. I may go with something that, you know, I enjoy. For example, and it's 11:10, but, you know, what else is new? I'm blabbing around. So I'll finish this thought before I let you guys go, and we'll just keep this screen that's not doing anything at the moment. But you've got so many different things that I can go for. I mean, I love the survival games. They're very popular, but they're usually graphic dependent. I have other ideas, though, that's not so graphic dependent that I may be able to do. And you don't necessarily... Graphics are very, very important for most games, but they're not everything. If you have good gameplay, it can and will be popular. You just have to have something in the background. Now, they were talking... he was talking more about the financial side, the tycoon side of trains. Oddly enough, my son said Run 8 would be better if it had that. Now, that's his opinion. I don't see how that's possible, but then I thought, you know, well, maybe there's a way I haven't thought about, because apparently Flight Simulator is doing it, and I had no idea they had. And I was in AV, you know, oh, what the hell is it? I want to say ATCS. No, it's AV Sim Network or whatever the hell it is. It's basically their multiplayer network back in time. And the funny thing is, I have Flight Simulator again, but I haven't used it really since I got it back. It was a waste of money to purchase it. But yeah, there's, you know, and I was into that whole multiplayer thing for a little while, but Flight Simulator, you know, it's a nice little niche, and it's like a nice little thing to do because I do enjoy. I've always wanted to fly, and I actually have flown a plane. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I actually did fly a plane in the co-pilot seat once with somebody who took me up over Niagara. But you know, it's cool, and I've always wanted to be able to do it. So yeah, it's fun, and it's fun to explore different regions, especially ones you're familiar with, and good graphics and all that other stuff. But it's really, you know, after that, I love air traffic control systems. That's another one. I love dispatching. There is a need for a dispatching sim, as far as I'm concerned. A North American one. We have a European one that's really good. We also have TD3. TD3 is no longer going, and they're talking about bringing one back. Well, maybe, just throwing it out here, yes, we have whatever's coming on with the external dispatcher down the line. Well, what if I not only develop a dispatching program, and who knows, I might even base it off of California. I've got the data, so I may do it. But what if I can do the Mojave sub and put in some train data in there, and basically write a dispatching program, and maybe I'll use a CTC machine, maybe I'll use, you know, something simple, or I might just go with a CRT. I was thinking of doing a CTC machine, but I know I don't have access to a real CTC machine and all the real noises and all that. I know some model railroads do, but I thought about doing that, and I thought, you know, that would be pretty easy to do, and then I can incorporate my AI dispatching. So that's a niche. I might do it. The other thing that I'm looking at too is the yard control systems, and this goes back to the RTS side of things, because that's where really I had a lot of the ideas as well. And that is, there's really no sim out there that deals with what a yard control screen looks like, and that is totally text-based. A little bit of graphics like linears and yard schematics and stuff like that, but it's pretty much text-based. You're basically looking at the screens, and the trains are updating, and the tags and all the other stuff. And I mean, I could make it a little prettier by having it on a 2D map, and I thought about doing it that way, kind of like Freight Yard Manager, except it would be more generic, prettier to look at, I suppose, where you actually see the engines and the tags, not so much on a real map, but an actual computer CGI map, let's say, something like that. I thought that, you know, maybe that'll be cool, worth a try. But there's a lot of ways I can go. So I really haven't thought. I was gonna work towards the dispatching thing. I was gonna have like a modified CTC board, but maybe I'll go ahead and do the real CTC board and try to draw one out and try to get the sounds that I want. I don't know how the hell to do that other than maybe synthesize the sounds I want, I guess. Make noises or hear various, I don't know what, but we'll see. There's a lot of different stuff out there that can be done, but there's a lot of ways I can go, and I think there are some demand. And I think I could sell copies, and I could be a sole developer and give it a shot. So it's not a question of if, it's just, I think it's a question of when, really. And like I said, I can't stand programming, but I shouldn't say I can't stand programming. I just don't like it. I don't think I ever liked it. I just do it out of basically necessity in a way, but that's how I'm going to cure my getting back into dispatching bug, though. And as far as the other, well, that's another way of looking at it. There's another, I mean, I can go two different ways. I can go with 2 different products, and then I can have them compatible with each other. I kind of like the idea of doing the dispatching. And the reason why I say that is because if I do the dispatching, and if I can demonstrate AI dispatching techniques, which I've already designed, well, guess what? Then I start showing it to the world, which includes a lot of the Run 8 people, or whoever else that are into Run 8 or whatever, and who knows when external dispatcher's coming, or even if it shows up while I'm still developing it. Then all of a sudden they see that. Well, it's too bad they, somebody is going to come around and say, well, it's too bad they can't get, especially if I do California. Well, gee, it's too bad you can't do that for Run 8. Well, you tell me. Because if I could, and if I had access, I already would have. I would have done that a long time ago. In fact, I would have done the easiest way possible. And the easiest way possible to link that up was not to do it through a custom program, but to do it through TD3 itself, because TD3 has a handler. So what do? You write a handler software program. The handler through TD3, 3.5 to be exact, allows it to send and receive commands, just like external dispatcher does. And the only thing I had to do was get the link. And for whatever reason, we don't have access to it. Only those that, I guess, are in the know or get responses from emails or whatever. I was communicating as much as I could. And this is where I'm critical of Run 8. And I have a right to be. But, it's their product. They can reply to whatever emails they want. They can do whatever they want. It doesn't matter. And I can do it in spite of Run 8. I can do it for myself. I can do it for whatever the hell reason. But the bottom line is, I'm going to make money off of it. And if I go fail, if it's a failure and it ends up being more work than what it's worth to get the money, what limited money I get, and I can't market it or whatever, oh well, at least I tried. And if I fail, I don't care if I fail. I'm not fearing a failure. You think I fear a failure? Look how many times I've started up a damn server. And you got some jackass in the comments who I just recently banned. But you got some jackass in the comments. One person, just one person. I haven't had more than this one person, which of all the people, it's not like I have a group of haters. Oh, I do, don't worry, they're out there. They're just not here. I guess, everybody has their little spokesperson, I suppose, but yeah. It's like, oh, you're gonna quit, you're gonna quit again, you're gonna quit again. Hey, I don't care. I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about what anybody thinks or feels or whatever. I mention it only because I think it's amusing. I think it's pathetic. Utterly pathetic. And yeah, I get down sometimes. And yeah, I get I suffer from I think it runs in my family, either depression, I've been in it once, anxiety, worrying, all kinds of things. So yeah, I fell down. You can tell right now. I mean, I don't feel down. Do I sound like I feel down? I'm actually pumping myself up the more I think about it. And I was willing to, I was ready to stop 20 minutes ago. Get that all in and just say, well, hey, what's I going to do? But now I'm talking about it, and I'm talking myself into it again, because I believe I can do it. I believe I have the skill. I believe I have the ability. I don't give a rat's ass if I fail. I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep throwing mud at the wall until the damn thing sticks, because the one thing I can say, no matter what critic is out there and says crap about me, I was the first Run 8 server I was the longest running. That's going to be eventually beat as far as the longest running. I don't care. No big deal. Was that legacy important to me? At one time it was. I think I took a lot of pride in that. But now it lives on in the Southwest server, so I could care less. I mean, this is the former RTS California server, like I said. I take pride in that, but Mike has done an awesome job, and I'm glad I'm on this server. I'm glad I'm back on this server, running, and enjoying it, and not worrying about it not being perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Actually, it's pretty damn good, if you ask me. It really highlights what's good about Run 8, what I love about Run 8. And there's a lot of things I love about Run 8, believe me. I wouldn't be in this thing for 6 years if I didn't love it. But the one thing that nobody can take away from me, whether they know it or they don't, all they have to do is remember the times that they were in version 1 and had the RTS software. Clint knows about it. He's the one that's taken on the project for version 2, or it's not version 2, for Run 8 version 2. Not RTS version 2, but he took that as inspiration to do his. Mike has had inspiration. You know, various people enjoyed that software, whether they ran it in single player. Unfortunately, it never got done in version 2 because I felt it wasn't appropriate for my demand or my needs. That's why I posted that forum. That's why I posted that forum post about it. But nobody can take that away from me. That's my baby. And yeah, Mike helped me towards the end. He actually, Ski, I should say. Mike, his name's Mike too. I just call him Ski because there's so many Mikes, right? But no, Ski actually helped did some cool routines because he is a professional programmer, unlike me being a hobby programmer. And he actually had a few things that he added. And actually, he works IT, you know, vice president or whatever. So IT over just across the border for me. That's why I know him personally. Got to know him personally, and he's been a great friend. I mean, the best gift I can get in the world got by anybody was to have LA purchased for me about a month or so ago. He purchased that for me. I mean, that's a pretty good friend. We haven't talked much lately, and I feel kind of bad about that because, you know, we're on the server here and we communicate a little bit, but we don't communicate as, you know, we don't talk that much. So, and he's just going away on vacation now, so I feel bad because I wanted to call him up. I think I sent him an email the other day, but I hadn't heard him, so we got to get together. But I owe him big time because I wasn't ready to purchase LA. And I'll tell you, LA is awesome. No matter how what's missing from it or what, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. That is well worth. I'd recommend that to anybody to purchase. LA is worth it. The best add-on they've done by far. And they got some pretty cool add-ons, but when you got, you know, you get 100 miles and you got scenery, I mean, the nice scenery and all, this is nice scenery, even their first route here. But, no, it is amazing. I love it. And, you know, they took some variances and they had to make some decisions, some tough decisions based on error and whatever. But they had a pretty good explanation as to why they did it. You know, I think Slick or whatever, the Alhambra sub was thrown together real quick towards the end, but that's okay. That was just to get continuity. And it makes sense. They wanted to get that in there, so as opposed to the LA sub, because they wanted West Colton to have more of a purpose. So I understand why. I get it. And no. But like I said, though, getting back to the whole RTS legacy or whatever the hell that is, Nobody can take that away from me. That's one thing I did not fail in. And I didn't quit it either. I didn't give it up. We went to version 2. Once we went to version 2, it became obsolete as far as I'm concerned. And the only way it was going to become unobsolete was if I had some way, and really the purpose of RTS kind of lost its purpose when the car forwarding system was incorporated here, and the way AI works. It's much more difficult to do what we did in version 1 into version 2 for various reasons, especially when you're trying to operate a large network and spawn trains and stuff like that. You have to get out of the train. You basically have to have somebody who's able to not only spawn but click onto the trains and enable AI as opposed to just spawning an AI. And like I said, some of the weaknesses of the AI system, you just saw it on this train. 4 engines going up to Tehachapi. A player takes control of that, he's going to have difficulty. He's probably going to break some couplers, because you're not supposed to have 4 engines. Mind you, there's DPUs on this, so maybe I could get away with isolating the 4th engine. I just realized that. I thought there was 4 engines, but there's 4 engines on the front and 2 on the back by the looks of it. So, but anyways, it's getting close to 11:30 here, so I'll end it at that. But I'm not going to pressure myself, and I'm going to do it on my timetable. And no, I'm not going to live stream it, the development and all that other stuff. If I got some product down, if I have some information and news and whatever, I'll post information. But right now, we're getting into the summer season. I'm not too worried about pushing for this just yet. When there's rainy days and I'm stuck inside and, you know, I need to do something, well, then maybe I will. Or if I get bored with it, eventually I'll get bored with this. I'll get a little burnt out after a while. But the good thing is, I'm not letting anybody down, because all I'm doing is not being a client. So that's good. I don't like letting people down. That's the only one thing about quitting. I don't want to let anybody down. So I'm glad the people who were with me hopefully have found a home here as well. And I'll continue to be doing this. I'm very excited about this server and Run 8. It's continuation, and hopefully it grows. And I mean, I know there's some pessimism, or whatever the hell it is, and people worried about what's going on. But you know, I share that concern as a fan of this product. But other than that, there's, you know, we'll see. Version 3 is coming out. Who knows what that's going to mean? Who knows if everybody's going to go to the version 3? I may not purchase version 3, quite frankly. As much as I love the guys and want to support them, I don't know. It'll be a tough call, but we'll see. Hell, I can't even get to buying a bare table package, or whatever the hell those things are. The ones with the box carriers keep showing up, and it's just like me. I can't be bothered. I'm trying to save money, like I said. So, anyways, that's it, guys. So I will. Wow, it's Thursday. Okay. Well, have a good long weekend. I'm at the U.S. long weekend, so I'm going to have a good one. So I highly doubt that I will be on tomorrow, and I don't think I'll be on this weekend at all. I might be back on Monday sometime. We'll see. I got a few things to do around, so. But we'll see. Maybe Monday night I'll be on. We'll see how it goes. But have a good long weekend for those in the States and those in Canada like myself who actually have a holiday, which is kind of rare for Canada, but you know, that's the way it goes. Okay, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you next week. Take care.